Hey everyone, welcome to Active Self-Protection Extra, here with Samuel and Neil, and we are today using the Laser Academy and the RangeTech timer over here. And we did something super cool this weekend. We had an instructor cohort for our instructor certification program do an in-person cohort, and we had a huge snafu and we couldn't get a range on one of our 2 range days to do live fire. And so we worked with Mantis and RangeTech, and we figured out, gosh, how are we going to do this? And we ran a live fire range day in virtual fire with the Laser Academy, and it worked really well. And I'm going to show you a little bit of what we did. Today's video is brought to you thanks to MagTech Ammunition, the official ammunition supplier for all range activities of active self-protection. Now, Samuel, when we do live fire for instructor candidates, it's not really to verify that they're a good shooter, because we've already done that.
Correct. We're not there to verify their skill level. We're there to verify their ability to teach and to show them some of what we do.
Right. So one of the ways that we do that is we like to run them through what we call our walk down drill, is taking you from wherever you are on a draw to first shot, which is critical, and then walking them down. And I know this is your baby.
Yep, I enjoy that one a lot. That's always fun to do. It's fun to see people shave a second or a second half, sometimes 2 seconds off their draw. That's fun to watch.
And when we do that, how many live fire rounds? So we do a bunch of dry fire first, right? Yep. We get everybody dry. We do this in dry fire down to under, like a second or under in dry fire. Then we load up. How many rounds would you say we go through in live fire usually?
Oh, 25.
Yeah, 25, maybe 50 tops.
Yeah.
But a box of ammo right now is $30, $40.
Yep.
And so we were able to do it on Saturday, no fire, no ammo whatsoever, which is pretty cool. And how do you think it worked here with the Laser Academy?
I thought it worked spot on because it's draw to first shot. So there's no recoil management. There's none of that you really have to worry about for that draw to first shot. It's get the gun out, get a good grip, get your sights on target, and pull the trigger. And this thing was money. It worked great.
So I want to show you one of the things that Samuel and I worked on a little bit earlier. Just want to get it on camera. I don't want to do the whole thing for you, but I know some people are asking, like, John, does it really work, and can it be effective? What about those follow-up shots? Well, these two guys both happen to have hammer-fired guns on them today. Neil running Theseus, my P30, and he'd rather be running his VP9, but because it needs a resetting trigger, he's got my gun on him. Samuel, you're running a P30 Long Boy.
I am.
So we can get follow-up shots. Now, I will say this makes it a little spicier because you don't get, both these guys running LEM triggers, so you don't get that single action trigger press after the first one. You got to run a longer one. Now, that being said, he gets the advantage here because he's running a Lazy Wolf trigger, and that means he's got the advantage for sure.
Yeah, but I have to use your Hollis and dots.
Yeah, it's true. You don't like that, but you'll have to put up with it. So let's just run the first couple. And this is just, if you're going to run this kind of stuff, I think it is a little tech intense, right? Because I have an iPad here that is set up to look at the targets. And then I have a second iPad here, which of course, I think most people would use their smartphone to get on the RangeTech, so that you know your part times and those kinds of things. They haven't quite integrated that perfectly together. This is a brand new app, so they're still working on that part. But otherwise, I would do that, but I'm actually using my phone to video record. So if you have an iPad and a phone, which I think a lot of people do today, you should be cool. Let's watch these guys do it. All right, gentlemen, step to the line. Okay, so and actually, I want you to step even with the iPad because we're at 3 yards, right? Are we good to go there?
Yeah.
Super close. So our first stage here is draw on the beep, fire 3 rounds, strong hand only, transition the gun, fire 3 rounds, support hand only, and then safely holster. Open multi-target here, and now it's live, and that's not what we're gonna do, so I'm gonna set them a beep here. Now, you might notice I've got a RangeTech timer up by the TV. It's got a visual signal because Samuel does not hear well, won't hear the audible beep, but he will see the flash. So here we go. 6-second par on this first one, guys. Draw fire 3, strong hand only, transition the gun to support hand 3, support hand only. Shooters ready? Stand by. Okay, we all got our hits in plenty of time. All right, guys, back up to the 5-yard line, so the 5-foot line, because we're running 1/3 scale here. All right, guys, now we are going to draw and fire 3 shots in 3 seconds. 3 shots in 3 seconds. These guys will have that all day long. 3 shots in 3 seconds. Shooters ready? Stand by. all day long. Now, from the ready, this last one, we are going to fire 3 rounds in 2 seconds. Shooters ready, stand by. Back up to the 7-foot line. Now on the 3rd stage here, we are going to draw and fire 5 rounds in 5 seconds. 5 rounds, 5 seconds. Now you're gonna get 6 rounds in 5 seconds from the ready. 6 rounds in 5 seconds from the ready. Shooters ready, stand by. We can keep going on this and keep showing you what that looks like, but I think you get the point. Let's look at the hits. So what you can see here is it tells us on each target where all the hits are. So you can see every single shot that each one of them took and where the hits are and did they get them in time. And I think that's super cool and gives us a repeating thing. And this is just in the open target one. So this is how we leverage technology. Now, what did they not get? They didn't get recoil on the gun. So then I know somebody's thinking, well, John, what if I had a gun that recoiled? Well, if you had a recoiling system, now you've got an even additional thing you can do, which is pretty freaking cool too. So you can get pretty darn close to live fire. But I think a tool like this, when you're playing with your friends, kind of fun. Samuel, what'd you think? What do you think of that kind of tool?
A lot of fun. Again, I've talked about this before, but just the visual verification of where my shots are hitting, fantastic. On the very first draw, I was thinking we were in speed mode, and I just flung it out there. Something we can all do in dry fire, and think we got a hit. But I'm able to see the target and realize, man, I have something to learn there. And yet, I'm having a great time doing it.
Yeah. The only thing.
Dude, I think this helps a ton in the fact that you can learn how these drills are run, what the timing feels like. And if you don't have a gun that has a recoil of any, I mean, you can do the cool fire, the dry fire mag, any of those kind of things that give you a little recoil in dry fire. Then what you do is just shave off some of the time because the time is set up for the recoil. So, you know, when we got done shooting, every time there was a significant amount of time left. So,
Right, we have plenty of time.
Cut that
FBI is...
Yeah, but you know, to be able to stand in your own living room and run the FBI qual, that is priceless. You know, that's an opportunity to go out there, see what different drills are out there, have some fun doing it, and then go to the range so that you're not blowing $80 in ammo just learning how to do the drill. You get to learn how to do the drill, then you can go test it in live fire.
I think it's a super cool tool, and I'm totally sold on it, and you're going to see us using it a whole bunch here.